Hello, I'm Josh, and this is Breezy. Oh man, and yeah, it's been 7 days since I made that really, really washed out intro. I did not realize how white it was until I was looking at the playback, but I felt too much like shit and I had to get it done. Can we say shit right now? Has it been 7 seconds? Who cares? It says monetized anyways. Um, but yeah, it's been 7 days since I started taking the gabapentin, and would you believe though that that night that I recorded that video was the night I first took the gabapentin. I got sick. Started with a sore throat. Sorry, that's the other cat. Started with a sore throat, and eventually that sore throat got worse, and it moved into my sinuses, which has made sleeping harder than even before. So I have had a very hard time telling if the nerve blocker has been doing anything. Because I'm sleep deprived regardless. There hasn't really, the change I have felt though, I need to be clear though, is the itching. Stupid itching started a year ago, over a year ago now, almost a year? Anyways, about a year ago. And I can't remember if I mentioned it in the first video, but this itching started that there was just a rash, no apparent location. It kind of moves all over, and it gets really bad at night, which led my rheumatology doctor. One of the additional reasons he diagnosed fibromyalgia is, overactive nerves, and it appears in, the gabapentin seems to have definitely reduced it. It's not gone by any sense, but it's definitely reduced. It's reduced so much that I'm not, even with the cold, I'm not waking up like I was multiple times a night, needing to scratch everywhere. I even bought back scratchers that I scratch my whole body with and then try to go back to sleep. That at least has gotten better, and that hasn't changed in a year, so it has to be the gabapentin, or whatever the hell it's called. So that's a huge plus. I mean, it's been a year, multiple doctors all going, meh, maybe it's allergies. I've been being treated for allergy shots, which don't seem to be doing jack all, but I continue them because they said it could take years for them to take effect. Just more money, more doctors. Anyways, that's the really the only positive I've felt. Again, it's hard to tell, so I don't want to judge it yet with the cold and not be able to sleep because I can't use. I use a CPAP. I was diagnosed with sleep apnea 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years ago, something like that. It was damn, I gotta remember stuff. About 3 or 4 years after my car accident, I got what ended up being a sinus infection, bad one. They diagnosed it as severe allergies and put me on a steroid spray, and come to find out that spray ended up eating through my septum, which is the divider between your two nasal passages. Ate through it literally into a hole and then started destroying the tissue. 2 surgeries later to repair that, one of which they nicked a nerve they didn't know I had in my head. Longer story, I was born without, my growth plates were fused. I wasn't born without them, but they were fused. So I had massive reconstruction surgery on the right side of my face, which is harder to see because I wear a hat, but there's a dent. Anyways, they rebuilt this entire side of my face, and I've always had headaches and pain on this side of my head. And so my sinuses aren't quite right, so things get trapped. But anyways, they didn't diagnose it right away. Sorry, cat's trying to get through the cat door. She's a bit of an idiot. And there she goes. Sorry. I know my videos go on forever. My first video anyways went on forever. I might actually have to start chopping these up. Oh, cats. Where was I? Oh, so sinus. So after they finally killed the sinus infection, once they diagnosed it as such after the repairs, it was like four rounds of antibiotics. It was 3 regular and then 1 plus, whatever that was. And which may have led to what has happened to my guts. I don't know. I think it was a couple years after that, or a year after that, my sinuses were just bad. I couldn't breathe through the right side at all. And he ended up doing a turbinate reduction, which basically reduces the kind of muscles or the turbinates, which are basically the things that open and close your sinuses. They reduce those so they don't shut. Felt like I was dying, actually, a lot like when I started itching a ton and couldn't sleep. It was just bad. I couldn't function. Come to find out, it's because I wasn't sleeping. Ended up doing a sleep study, diagnosed severe sleep apnea, yay. And put on a regular CPAP. Ended up switching over to an APAP, an auto PAP, which is way better. If you're using a regular CPAP and you can afford it, go to an auto PAP. Totally worth it. But yeah, so I haven't been able to sleep for the last 11 years without it, because it's almost like a pacifier at this point. But when you have a cold and congestion, and I use what's called a nasal pillow, goes straight into my sinuses. You can't breathe with it. It almost is suffocating you, or it's shoving the gunk in your sinuses down your throat. So I can't use it when I'm cold, or I have a cold. So last week I haven't been able to use it. So I've been sleeping even less, going in and out every couple hours, taking meds and Ricolas and whatever else. Anyways, I'll stop rambling here. I'm sure I'll find another reason to ramble. Anyways, that's where we're at with the fibromyalgia treatment, at least the starting of the gabapentin. At least seems to be reducing the itching, so I'm looking forward to sleeping without the cold, or at least better. I'm feeling better, he says. Using the gabapentin, CPAP, see if I sleep better. But on that note, no real changes in pain that I've noticed. I don't know if it was supposed to, but of course I've been over a decade. Maybe it needs time, but I'll have a follow-up for a weekend. 3 weeks I'll have a follow-up. Hopefully I'll be able to have a full week or 2 in there somewhere where I can use, I'll be sleeping, get a better idea. I'm not, at least in the early days here, I'll probably try to update at least once a week, just because I need to get used to this. For this and in general, if I ever want to post instructional stuff. But I don't know if there'll be anything to update with each week other than just sitting here rambling like I do, and not looking at the camera, because again, how do people get used to this? I'd like to at least give a rough update on even my physicalness. One of the things that's driving me absolutely mad with all these changes is I've been getting fat, or even not even fat, even though I've gained 40 pounds over healthy-ish weight for me, which is about 185, 190 is my healthy weight, or was. You know, as I've gotten older, who knows? But once I start, I've gained 30, 40 pounds over that. I'm 228, I think, this morning. So I've gained a lot of weight, and the biggest problem for me, it's driving me mad, is the circumference of my belly has gotten massive. It's like 47 inches, and it's only gotten bigger when I started measuring it. And that's driving me mad more than anything, from clothes to sitting comfortably in the car. Now I understand why fat, large people end up wearing stretchy clothes, you know, sweatpants and stuff, and not pants like I'd like to for my work. So that's driving me mad, just because I hate buying new clothes. Clothes are so damn expensive. I'm not a fashion person. My pants are literally utility pants, and cargo pants. So I just hate buying more clothes that aren't bad just because I'm fat. But hopefully we'll figure that out. Actually, I have a gastro appointment, I think, in a week or two from now. That was an appointment I made almost a year ago. That was hilarious. My area does not have gastro doctors. Anyways, rambling again. So yeah, my current weight is 228. The circumference of my widest part, which is my belly right now, looks like I'm like 3 months pregnant, is 47 inches. I think that one of the worst days was when I realized I was feeling cold sensation on my belly, and I realized it was the air coming up under my shirt, because my belly was now pushing my shirt out past my waistline. That was not fun day. That was not fun at all. Yeah, it doesn't help. I can't tell like if my energy's better at all. If anything, maybe worse, because again, I'm sleeping even worse than I was before because of the cold. Now I'm not eating as much because I'm sick, and I already hated to eat. Being sick, it's even easier not to eat. So, yeah, this is kind of a crap update. Other than the itching. Itching is definitely better. It's not gone, but it's better. I got to take the positives when they come up, because they're so damn rare when something actually helped. So if that's all it does, I'll be excited. And then maybe he's got something else we can try. Ow. Damn it, cat. Yeah, as far as the videos, I hope this is better. It's not as blown out. I now have a extraordinarily cheap TV next to me, so I can see the feed from my phone. I don't have exactly a new Pixel, but it casts well to this the cheapest TV I've ever seen in my life. But it works. It gives me a good picture, or at least gives me a live picture, I should say, instead of just clicking record and hoping for the best. Are you gonna fight your sister? Is that what's gonna happen here? If you do it, could I move the camera so we can at least get some viral videos? Because anyone loves cats. Maybe I'll have to have a second camera watching you two idiots while we do this. The audio was crap too. Hopefully it's a little better. I have a case on my phone, and I think that was garbling it. So I'm going to record the phone. Also, some really old audio equipment I bought ages ago when I thought I was going to be recording instructional videos. I think I've got a Canon camera somewhere too. I may try. See if that's got better video. My phone. The phone is just kind of easy, and at the moment I'm still not, my drive to give a care is not super high. But we'll see. So we'll do to audio and we'll see which sounds better. Maybe the onboard will sound better with the cover off too. And I'm also not using the cover. The camera's not going through the cover now. Anyways, yeah, there's not really much to update. I do have a quick outline because I'm horrible about remembering shit. Let's see. Oh, I did want. So I work in healthcare, and one of the providers I see is a pulmonologist, and or my pulmonologist. I saw him he was the last provider I've seen in the series for my back, because the pain was so bad for a period where I'd walk and I couldn't, because every few steps the pain would hit so sharp that I'd hit the floor. But anyways, I like him. I like the guy. He's fun. But he made a comment while we were in the hallway. He was just kind of asking me how I was doing, and I commented that a couple of times in the last week or whatever, that I had a couple episodes where at work, one was at home with my family, and then the other I was at work, and I got up out of a chair, and the back said no, and it basically, I went back down. My eyes got wide for people around me because the pain, and I just went back in my chair and waited for it to subside, and then I put my legs under me better and got up. But I was telling him that, and the reason I'm bringing this up is he made a comment, and it's something I've been hearing. I started hearing a few years ago. Was well, that's what happens when you get old, and oh man, I'm weirdly easygoing, and not much makes me angry, and it didn't really make me angry. It just annoys me, because when I first had my car accident in '09, so that was, goddamn, 19 or 16 years ago. Providers, when I was telling them how much it hurt, and that many times I couldn't walk for the longest time because the stabbing pain was so bad, they would tell me, "Oh, you're too young to hurt that much. Basically suck it up. Tough it out. You'll be better." So I punch her in the face. Sorry. And it was like, it hurts. I mean, you got me on freaking Percocet. It still hurts bad. Like, I can't walk. I pushed through it. Fucking hurt. But the physical therapist I had at the time, thankfully, was really good. And actually, he was the one that told me if I didn't keep up the muscle around the L5S1, then it was going to hurt again. And he was right. My own damn fault. Other than trying to exercise, and then just this new pain all over my body is great. But anyways, so yeah, the reason I brought that up is, for the longest time, for years, I was told, "Oh, you're too young, can't hurt that much. Your body will work it out. Blah blah blah. Suck it up." And then a few years ago, this whole "you're getting old" thing started, and it's like, but it's the same problem I've had since I was 26. I'm now 41. Don't get worked up. Maybe one of these we'll talk about stress and reduction of that, and what I've had to do to control the things I can control. Anyways, yeah, if I didn't say it, I'm Josh. Breezy ran off, and Butters is now sniffing her sister's butt. That's cool. Great guys. Oh, I'll probably update next week or next Friday because I'm hoping actually tonight to use the CPAP or try to use it because my nose sinus hasn't been nearly as bad. Mucinex has been keeping it pretty running. We'll find out because I'll either wake up coughing all over myself or sleep through. Hopefully, I can drink. But yeah, again, sorry for the rambling. I'll either get better or this is going to be my thing. I don't want to be my thing. Anyways, till next time.